So guys, good morning. Good morning. I just posted the updates from the overnight in pre-market, and I also sent it here. This has to do a lot with the forex forex macro, right? And so let's see what we get today. And a lot of things happened in Japan, Bank of England as well. Many things that went on in the overnight global, right? And so SPX USD have opened, so we just slipped all the way down towards 3750, and now 3750 will be a strong support, by the way. And the best way to tell that is right here. Initially, look at all the huge wicks that were made at 3750. So 3750 will not be easy. There's a very good chance that we hold this and we make a bottom candle here, and then tomorrow there's a good chance that we go right back down. That's just a possibility given the weekly action. All right, and but let's see today what happens here. We can hold around 3800 all day. There might not be much, but I think around 3 o'clock is when the futures moved, if I'm not wrong. Yep, right at 3 o'clock. That's when one of the decisions came from the FX world. That's when the futures took a little rip, right? So 3800 will definitely be in focus for me. There might be a good little chop around these levels just to, so this is SPX, by the way. We're trading at 3800, so we could chop around these levels for some time. Let's see what happens, but this is the range I'm expecting if they give us a little upside by any chance, right? This is the range I'm expecting if the upside happens. 3850, 3860, this is where the positive gamma, negative gamma is, and this is from where we can turn back down again. This is a very tiny possibility. This is what I'll be looking for. Let's see how this plays out. Or do we just open and 3800 chop and dip right down? I have no idea, right? So let's see. But if the upside comes, that's when I'll be more ready to buy some puts. But if we keep dipping here, it's going to be very hard for me personally to enter positions because of the pricing of the options. Because if we do dip, for example, and then we chop, those options will lose a lot of value just by the sideways momentum, right? So I just want to be very careful with my entry. And DW, you asked a question regarding what Yash saw in the yesterday when this was this move was taking place. So basically here personally, when yesterday what happened was I bought the 3900 call, a very small position. The reason being was the gamma at the 3900 was super exposed. I did front run it, right? And that 3900, if it was to break through, there would have been a huge spike towards 3950. That's how powerful it was. So for me, those 40 cents could have turned into $6-7, which was almost 1000%. But I front ran it. Obviously we did not break 3900, but around this level right here, that's when Jerome Powell came out with a housing sector statement. The reporter asked, and that's when it just started dripping. All right, and then obviously very quickly a break of this level. I also did mention that the gamma from positive has gone to negative, right? So which was more downside was attractive. So that's what took place on SPX, and then it just kept building, and then 3800 wasn't too far. All right, and this all happened in the last 1 hour, almost 100-point move down, more than 100-point move down in 1 hour alone. All right, and so that's what happened. And today, let's see what's going on. So on the daily, we're looking pretty ugly right now. We're below a lot of supports. The only support here is this 3750 now. Once 3750 is gone, then the low of the year is coming. And keep an eye on the weekly 200 MA as well, because this weekly chart is definitely not a good look for any bull for upside. So there's a good chance we go much lower, right? But we still have today and tomorrow. Let's see how the weekly reacts. Who knows, we can even go towards upside. There's no guarantee or nothing, but as of now it looks bad, and let's see which way we go. All right, now let's just go on some macro things. Our dollar is staying above 110. As long as the dollar stays above one, this is a weekly. Let's go with the daily. The dollar is in a nice little uptrend. As long as we stay above 110, I think this has a lot more room to go. But if we break below 110, that will give equities a rise. All right, just keep that in mind. USD and the yen, huge. This was what happened in the forex world from 146 to 141. That's a big move. Anybody that caught this move on forex, even with a very tiny leverage, you're up multiple 100%. That's how big of this move is. This is massive. So this will definitely be interesting in the coming days how this plays out. And then the rates, the 10-year rates just keep climbing 3.6, and as long as these climb steady up, they will obviously put pressure on equities to a lower side, right? And what else we have here? Euro USD. Euro is weaker now, under parity. A nice little bear flag consolidation. Now it can just come down, and now the moves down will be slow because it already has come down, right? So So, but this is very strong support zone on a decade level. So let's see how this reacts in the coming weeks. But if it does continue falling further, our equities should fall further. All right, that basically means the dollar is also gaining strength, right? And Apple, I'll be looking to add some puts on Apple possibly after today's close. I was trying to get them yesterday at the close. I didn't get filled. That's fine. So now I'll just wait, right? And I'll see at the open what happens, and I'll go from there. Amazon as well, under 120. There's a lot of air. Okay, so we are under 120 on Amazon. Under this, there's a big move all the way towards 105, 100 on Amazon. Now that's another 15-point move down. All right, so I'll be keeping an eye on some of these names. Google, a perfect bear flag break, very ugly, a very bad break. So when Google's going down, what does that mean for other businesses, right? Where does Google make all their money from? So what does this mean, right? So this is one of the leading indicators for something. All right, and Apple still has a lot way to go. Tesla, surprisingly one of the best stocks, strongest stocks in the market right now. But for Tesla, there's a lot of positive gamma. But if those calls roll off, if those calls come off, this can also go towards a 30-40 point in one day. We might get the big move, and then we might have 245, 250 target range, and then from here we'll see what happens. But so far this is a very strong resistance, right? Every time it gets to 310 is worth a shot of shorting it, right? And now Tesla puts are still attractive long term, I would say, like as a swing, right? If the market stays in these conditions that we are in, I have zero reason for Tesla to go up unless I don't know something fundamentally. Please do tell me. But technically, I think Tesla has a long way to come down. If the market stays strong, if the market goes up, the only time I will not short Tesla is if it's above 310. If Tesla is above 310, I will not short it. The reason being is there's a lot of positive gamma, there's a lot of pull towards the upside where this can spike much higher above 310. So if Tesla holds above 310, I would not short it, but 310 is the level which is very attractive as per gamma to take shorts. But obviously I don't want this to come back to 310 again. From here it should close below 300 or so, and then let's see what we get today or tomorrow, right? And today it all comes down to SPX, guys. What happens here on the daily, right? Do we go right down today itself? Do we go right down today itself on SPX, right? Do we continue lower today itself, or do we consolidate here and then go down later if the downside theme remains, right? And very sad, I never miss a downside move. I never miss these red candles. I never miss them. I always nail them. Yesterday's the first one that I missed. It happens. God bless. I'll see you guys back in the chat.